G'day, welcome legends. Just doing a quick update video. Just going to do the guppies today. I do like the guppies. Got quite a few different varieties. Mixed success. Do breed a few, but I lose a few as well. So these were just I just bought these as like a premium red guppy from a pet shop in Adelaide when we were down there. Actually quite like them. They're nice. Haven't had them too long, but they have had some fry. So as you can see out here, plenty of little guys tucked away in there. They have had a few others. I'm assuming a lot of the guppies, as they do predate on their babies a fair bit. I have put a fair bit of weed in here, so being the first generation, I probably could catch these out and drop them in a pond outside for a few weeks, and they'll obviously grow rapidly, and then they could come back into this and make a bit of a colony. Not sure, or do I just let them go and what survives? You always seem to, a few always do, but yeah, they seem to lose. I'm not just trying to get rid of that glare for everyone. I'm not sure what other people do. Yeah, so I do have mixed success. So they're just some red ones. Over here, I haven't got the backing on this tank yet. These are neon blue guppies. So they're actually, the males are actually really nice under good lighting. The lighting in here is just little Bunnings lights. Probably doesn't do these guys a lot of justice. They've obviously bred, these are all young. The one thing I have noticed is they've all got yellow on their tails, so that's the first lot I bred, so it'd be interesting to see if that yellow fades away and turns blue, I guess, like the males and females, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm hoping it does, because they all look the same, so then I'm expecting that blue to just push the yellow out and take over. So neon blues in there. There's a few other fry that have just popped out in the last few weeks. Again, they've had a lot more fry than this, but that's all I've got to show for it. So clearly chomping on a few of their babies as well. I do have the little basket in there, trying to get some weed in there. So I need to either separate the pregnant females, maybe put them in a separate tank, let them have their babies. That's what some of these tanks might be for, some of these tubs. Whether I go down that path or not. You can only breed so many, but you've got to be able to get rid of them. So I'm unsure, really unsure what to do there. Next ones are my black Moscows. So again, these are all pretty young fish, but I think they have actually bred in here. Generally, the couple of adults I started with passed away, but they did have obviously babies first. So these babies I've kept obviously to grow up for that first generation, and they'll be used to more water. So yeah, I don't know. I thought they had a few young, but maybe not. Maybe they did get eaten. Don't know. Again, what to do. The red-tailed gold snakeskin guppies only started with about 4 or 5, I think. Obviously had a few babies, but again, not a huge amount there for what they've had. So again, eating them. Very annoying, and I guess that's what a lot of them do with the guppies, which can be a real pain. It's a reasonably nice one. Males look really good. They get that nice pattern, nice long fin. Oh, it's too quick for me. But yeah, that's those guys. And now I think down here, these are Endlers, so very similar to the guppies, I think. Could be. These are the blue jet Endlers. think I bought 3 or 4 pair. It's fair to say. These guys breed pretty well, just like the guppies, but don't predate on their babies as much. So got more high survival rate. There's also some little half beaks in there as well. They're going alright. So yeah, that's the blue jet Endlers. Next tank over is black bar Endlers. So we're off and running again with these guys. Started with a few pair, and yeah, they're off and going. So they're growing really well. One thing I find with all my Endlers, and it annoys me, is they throw out other random Endlers. So they're not, I don't think they're like a pure, in this one here I don't reckon that's going to be a black bar Endler. But I could be wrong. Yeah, they're going alright, so can't complain with them. Again, haven't had them a huge amount of time, but they have bred plenty. Blue Moscows are down here in this bottom tank. Again, the adults, that one's the first lot of adults that I purchased have slowly passed away over time, and now I've got just my first generation of young. So these ones should do better, used to my conditions, and always seem to do better with the next generation. Like that first lot you breed in your own tanks, always keep them, and then you're generally alright from then on, because every time you get new fish, different conditions, different water, you can lose a few. So always try to get that first generation out. But they're going okay. They're all young growing up, so there won't be too much breeding happening there. Japanese blue Endlers hasn't been successful at all. I bought, well, I shouldn't say that, I bought 1 male and 2 females, I think that's all they had at the shop. They had pretty much dropped babies within 2 days. I think there's about a dozen babies in there, but all 3 adults have since passed away. So I moved them down to this big tank thinking they would do better, and all 3 within the first few weeks have gone. So I've just got the 12 babies, which I'll be taking out of this tank. They'll just go into a smaller tank to grow up. This tank can then be used for something else. But yeah, I'll see what they grow up, see what sexes they are, whether they survive a cut and keep them. They do look pretty nice, like little males, nice little blue colour. Unfortunately, I don't have one to show you. So there will be no more breeding of them for any time soon until these ones have all grown up. So I can't really show you too much more in the way of those. Now I'll just head over to the next tank. Okay, so actually quite like these ones. These are blue metal lace. Now, bought these when I was in Adelaide. I think I bought 3 females and 2 males. They've had fry. I lost 1 female pretty much straight away, but the other 4 have, seem to be going well. And if you look carefully, you'll find there's quite a few fry cruising around in there. That one's growing rapidly, but there is other small ones around. I think I might be about a dozen in there. Try to get some plants in there that help, that they can hide. Obviously my baskets, they can go into those baskets and get through those little holes, and the adults can't get in there to get them. Obviously the weed, bits and pieces to help. So yeah, blue metal lace. They were only cheap. I think I paid $5 each for them at the shop, which is cheap. Not going to get much cheaper than that from a fish shop, I wouldn't have thought, for any guppy. So they're pretty good. I like anything that's blue, so I think of blue things. So they are going well. The next tank's not guppies, so we won't head there, but the bottom one is. Come down here, these are the orange guppies. So again, these were just random orange guppies from a pet shop. Bought 2 females and a big male, I believe. Might have even been 2 males, I can't remember now. There's 1 male over there, and I'm pretty sure I bought a second one that looked a little bit different. That might be him back there. And there's a couple of bigger females. So they've obviously had their babies, not a huge amount. They had that first lot real quick, and there hasn't been really anything since, so I'm pretty confident that their babies are getting eaten instantly, because the girls have dropped a few times, and there should be a lot more than that. So they're obviously fry eaters, which is a pain. They're reasonably nice. They're just a plain cheap guppy. Yeah, that's them. So see what we do with them. I do have some plans for a bit of a room just for guppies, which I'll explain in a minute. Golden tiger endlers. Certainly haven't had the success with these that I've had with some others. And here's a perfect example of not breeding true. So this one here, that's going to be a black bar endler right there. If he turns, yep, there he is. And then there's another one in here, over there. There he goes. That's going to be a chili endler. So there was only golden tiger adults, and they've had babies, obviously. There's plenty of little babies swimming around, but yeah, just not breeding true. It's like 9 out of 10 are. Then they just throw that odd one out that's just not what it should be. Yeah. Other than that, they're quite nice. I think I've only got maybe 1 male left. There he is. Possibly 2, but I have to keep an eye on them. So it's just been a battle, these ones. I bought chili endlers at the same time from the same mob, and they've gone absolutely crazy. And I've bred literally hundreds, and in the same time these guys they've bred, but yeah, just nothing like the others. So it'll be interesting to see if we get some more now they're in a bigger tank, see if that plays a part in getting them established. But that'll be interesting, so wait and see, I guess. Okay, I'll just pause this, or we'll head over to the other side. There's just some spare males that taken out of tanks. Black Moscow's, neon blues, golden kois I think they are, and some blue double swordtails, which I ended up taking them all out and putting them out in the outdoor pond with the mixed guppies. So that line is actually probably no more here. I don't know, they just weren't doing it for me. I lost nearly all the adults bar a few males. They bred wicked numbers, like they went crazy, but I just couldn't keep them alive. So outside they seem to be thriving. Young ones are growing up well. The guppy trio I got off Paddo from Ghost Aquariums. So Paddo's got a YouTube channel, Ghost Aquariums I reckon it is. Mainly breeds goldfish, all the fancy goldfish, but so go over and check his channel out. These were 24 karat gold bred to the red tail gold snake skins. So this is the result. It gave me 3 or 4 there, which was that male and a few females, and I did see, I thought I seen a couple of little babies swimming around there the other day. So I don't know if they've dropped a couple of babies, or I think they've jumped over from any other tank. Sometimes I put weed from tank to tank, and sometimes I transfer fish over without even knowing it. So I just put my hand in and grab a handful, but it's only a couple. These females obviously were only little, but I have seen them breed small before, so they may have dropped a couple, so that'll be interesting to see what they look like actually. But they're going alright, so we'll just wait and see on them. I think that's all the guppies that are here. There is some Endler males, spare males, black bars and chili endlers in there, mainly, pretty much. And a few fry still floating around, golden tigers and blue jets that I have to move. But yeah, that's it for that one. The next tank is red lace endlers. These are probably one of my favourites, to be honest. I paid a little bit more for these, I reckon. To be honest, it was crazy, but I reckon I paid like $40 for one pair. It started out with a male and female, that's all they had at Seaview Aquariums in Adelaide. I looked at them, the male looked wicked under the proper aquarium lights. Of course I had to have it, so I brought that pair home, hopeful that I could breed them before I lost any. And that original pair is still in here amongst them. It may even be the female hiding down there somewhere. She gets harassed a fair bit. Now there's a few young males, so I've got the ability to... I need to probably catch them out and sort them out a bit, but yeah, they're off and running, so should be able to get them established, nice little colony, and then eventually start to sell some off. And there is one random platy in there somehow. I can only assume I missed him. But yeah, so they are off and running. But males, really nice, awesome little fish. But they're probably my favourite of the Endlers. And so pretty keen to get them established. I need to catch all these up, get all the babies out into another tank. I seem to find they breed to a certain amount, and then once you get a little bit overcrowded, it seems to slow down and you don't really produce them anymore. It's kind of been at these numbers for a while now. Just hasn't really... I've seen some little babies, but I'm assuming they might be getting picked on a bit, so that's those guys, but they are pretty cool. Again, Endlers and my golden kois. Golden koi guppies, again, beautiful colours, not a very big guppy, quite small. Started with several young adults that I ordered online. Slowly over time lost those adults, and pretty much everything in here is just young that was bred from them. So the original adults over the last 2 or 3 months have slowly passed away. But like I said with the guppies, hopefully you can breed them and get some of your first generation, and they seem to be going well now. They're used to my water conditions, and there's as you can see, barring the shitty glare, there's plenty there now for me to make some nice little trios or nice little breeding group and get them a bit tidied up. Try to get them established. So they're going well. So the golden kois, plenty of weed there for the babies to hide. There's super red bristlenose in there somewhere, but all hiding. Next one's another cool one, German white guppies. These guys actually, the white tails stand out really nice on the males, as you can tell. They look cool. And again, these guys are bred. There is plenty of babies in there, but again, they'll be my first generation, so I need to pick out a few trios for myself. And then once I've got what I want, then I'll release some for sale. But won't be any just yet. But there's certainly plenty of little babies at the back of that as well, so they're off and running. Seem to be going really well. Plenty in there. And then the first lot are just starting to get some size on them, so hopefully I'll be able to sex a few pairs and start another little colony somewhere else. So if the original adults I bought eventually pass away, I'll have my F1s over off and running in another tank. So that's the German whites. I'll go down to do the bottom tank first. These were just a random yellow guppy that I bought from the pet shop. I bought 2 males and 2 females. There is this one here was very good camera work. Very blue. Doesn't really show it in this camera work, so he's just been bred out of them somehow. So I should catch him out by rights and throw him out in the pond with all the random guppies, because his colours could do well out there. But these are bred pretty well, as you can see. There's little fry down there. There's little fry there. And there's pretty much fry everywhere. So, basic yellow guppy. certainly not going to retire from breeding these guys, but they look nice, they look cool, they're always moving, good colours, so they're nice. Next year they'll probably spend summer out in the pond. One of the things I really want to try is using the summer months to keep all the fish that are in here. I'm going to throw them out, or even if it's not all of them, I'm going to catch out 2 or 3 trios. There's a female that's had the babies. By the looks of it, she's struggling a bit back there. The guppies just breed themselves to death. It's unbelievable. And hopefully I'll give her a good feed of brine shrimp after and try to see if she bounces back. They're pretty tough, but they just breed, and then get harassed constantly. So yeah, I want to put them outside and see how they go in the outdoor tubs. I think the babies grow a lot quicker, so to get them to a size where you can sell them, move them on, is a slow process inside. So I would like to move them outdoors in summer. Top tank and the last of the indoor tanks for the Guppys and Endlers is my chili endlers. Started with 7, I think. Taken plenty out. I've sold a few out of here, but again, there's a black bar endler in amongst it. Does my head in. Predominantly all chilies, but yeah, there's 1 or 2 black bars in there. So disappointing, but what do you do? I keep taking them out, and yeah. Well, they've kind of had this amount in this tank for a long time now, so I'm not sure if they're breeding as good as they were earlier. Maybe it's too crowded, so I need to scoop some out. The tubs I set up behind me is for that very reason, so I can start thinning out these tanks and not get overcrowded. So that's just makes life easier trying to keep the tanks clean. Obviously I do water changes fortnightly, and I will drain these tanks from there to about, realistically about there, so it's probably not quite, it's probably close to halfway down, but obviously that you don't fill them to the top, so it's probably a 30% water change maybe, and I do that every fortnight, so, and don't seem to have any trouble. Pretty much drain out each one, drop the hose in and put a few drops in. That's pretty much how it goes. Seems to be working, so can't complain at the moment. But yeah, that's the last of the inside Endlers and Guppies. I'll just pause this. I've got 1 tub outside with some Guppies in it. We'll go out and have a look at them just to finish off the video. Okay, outside. You can see plenty of colours in here. God, they look good in the sunlight. It's 44 degrees here today. It is absolutely putrid. And just standing here, I'm in my thongs and they are already getting hot on the concrete. So the reason I keep these tubs with thick amounts of duckweed and frogbit, there's all weed down in there as well. Not just for the fry to hide, but it keeps the water cool. These tubs, this is nice and cool, believe it or not, on such a hot day. But yeah, as you can see, the guppies are going well. There's some really nice colours in there. I'll just throw a bit of anything in here. This is mixed guppies. There's some blue ones there that are standing out. I'll just create a bit of shade. They might, yeah, it's always hard to look at them outside. But yeah, some really nice ones, and that blue one that was thrown out inside in that yellow tank will come out here, get thrown in here, and I'll grab those males, a few the double swordtail males, and I might throw a golden koi male in here amongst them and mix it right up. Obviously these are going to come in for winter, but then next summer this group will all go straight back outside. Excess ones will be sold off to the pet shop. Don't get bugger all for them, but it'll pay for a tub of food. But yeah, that's the guppies. I'm not going to stay out here too much longer because it is absolutely putrid. It's just too hot. As you can see, my dog's dying on the concrete. It's not smart enough to go sit in the cool. And I'll just show you one more thing. Obviously all these tubs I've tried to create some shade. I've only put fish in one lot of these, just making sure I can keep them cool enough in the heat, which at this stage looks good. This room in here, which is a mess, I've been pulling stuff down. It's obviously got some snakes in there now and a few reptiles, a few beardies and stuff looking at us. They're all coming out. This is going to be where all the guppies and endlers go out here. I'm going to put racks across there. I'm probably just going to do the old Besser brick and timber rack, but I'm going to go 3 or 4 high, and that room is going to hold these grey system of tubs that I've got set up down here. As you can see, I think I will run them out long ways down here. So I'll go across that back wall, they'll come out long ways. I think I can get at least 6 across, and I'm probably going to go 4 high. So there'll be 24 tubs across that back wall, and that will be purely for guppies. And I will also take these cages out, and I'll have a little rack running along here, and I might get another dozen tubs there, give or take. So overall I could be getting pushing 40 tubs in there, which is going to take all the guppies that are in along this bank, which is nearly all guppies apart from those platties. The rest is all guppies and endlers, so they will all go into the other room, and that will free these tubs up to put some different fish in. Some guppies will still stay out here. Obviously I've got a couple of favourites, the ones that I like to see, I'll put them out here, but generally I want to probably have a crack at some of the German blue rams and I think they're called the dark night rams, like just rams in general. So I'd like 3 or 4 tanks set up for them, and a few other random bits and pieces. I'd like a couple different types of angelfish because I quite like them, just keeping it one pair to a tank, very easy to keep clean and maintain. Obviously more bristlenose and probably a few different more varieties of Corydoras. So the guppies predominantly will be in the back room and breeding in the tubs, which I think will be fine. And these will hold some of the more colourful fish in smaller numbers. So, yeah, that's pretty much the plan. So anyway, another video done. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like, comment. Always happy to get feedback, good or bad, doesn't bother me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Channel's starting to go alright. I'm going to start getting a bit of equipment so I can start editing and doing things like that. So eventually I might make some videos that are a little bit better. But yeah, other than that, thanks everyone. Keep cool, have a great day, and I will see you when I do the next video. Cheers.